Hi all, back with Any Match in Kharkov, Soviet Soul, take 2 part 9. Yeah, put part 8 together already today, so we're on to part 9, and I might even have time for a part 10, but of course the fear is there that you're going too far ahead without people seeing these. So I'm trying to get the part 8 uploaded just now, but still not quite had a look back on it yet, and I'd like to, because I'm just, I don't know, something felt a little iffy about that last German impulse in particular. This unit been able to, no, where is he? This one been able to take back the town, but I guess I'm a bit surprised that I skipped by it in the first place, but it does seem to be an okay move, so anyway, okay, right. So next impulse for us, and I'm not sure, I mean, yeah, I was, sorry, swinging about there a bit, just thought I'll keep them in the view. I think my initial plan had been to activate these guys, take out this guy, but he's scarpered. So, however, this situation having arisen, I probably want to do something about this. So I possibly do want to move this force up and threaten these 2 Rouse units. However, there's 2 garrisons in my way as well. The other thing is, I can just slide across there and you can just catch at the edge there. I do have it's just the units card in it for the 69th Army to get that guy surrounded. Could that be more important so that we get him surrounded before he gets a chance to maybe get out of that? I'm wondering if he can actually trace supply. Well, that's irrelevant. That's other part of the condition for danger of surround, isn't it? I actually don't think he will be able to. Oh no, he's on the German map page, Grant. Nope. And it's not reserve supply, was it? That one. Danger of surround. Oh yeah, and it's a trace of any length, that one as well. Yeah. However, it could be a case. I can see where these. I did sort of say, well, that's unlikely to happen. But once you get units, once they're left behind the lines, if you like, I can see where they could be struggling to trace supply, even if they do have any length of a trace. Okay, so yeah, I mean, what's more important here? Well, we're not going to get terribly far with these. 1, 2, I can either get to here. I could get to here, which is decent enough actually, and then probably get units into here as well, just to get rid of these garrisons, I guess, and then maybe move the other units up and hit something into here. So we've got here, and here maybe. So I wonder if we should move the 69th Army units first. The Popov card is a units card, and the Guards Army cards, obviously I was going to deploy the 2 units. What's more important? The units cards are a bit annoying, aren't they? The fact you're only able to grab 2 stacks. I think there seems, because there's less amount of corps and armies, you're probably getting more of the cards, and that's why they've done it the way they've done it. So you can only activate 2 stacks. And of course, with this situation here, I could have 2 stacks of the whole corps if I set them up right. And yeah, same with this as well. But then with the bigger corps like Popov and 3rd Tank, you couldn't have that. So right, Grant, well, make up your mind. What are you going to do? Okay, I think I've decided to go with the get these guys surrounded part. The other bits, deploying the reserves. Doing something with Popov. No. And the worry of that town. I mean, what else could happen to make this any worse? I don't think there could be anything that could happen to make it worse just now. Whereas I think this guy could, if we activate Rouse units, this guy could maybe try and do something to get out. So let's do that. Okay, so it's a units card, so activate 2 unit stacks in the 69th Army. So I'm going to activate this stack and 1, 2, 3, yeah, and yeah, the other stack's going to be one of these 3 strength infantry. Does it really matter? I'll take this one. 1, 2, 3. I might as well put them on the side there. 4. Now, would we be? It's 9 to 4 though, isn't it? Well, you're only 2 to 1 odds. You're only 2 to 1 odds, and it's outside the artillery barrage. So it'd be 3 chits at 2 to 1 odds. That's kind of rubbish, isn't it? We do not have an assault coordination. Tank brigade. Tank brigade would add 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. What did I say they were? 4. So it's still 2 to 1. Yeah, you're going to need a bit more than that, Grant, I think. I think just sitting with them there just now, and well, here's a thought though. If I activate them, because I don't really leave the 3rd tank sitting there. If I'm there and activate these guys again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, which is fine. That does surround him because he's on the map edge. So that would surround him with a retreat of a step loss as well. It's just in case I get, I'll probably want to move 3rd tank units away and get them getting involved with more important things, I think. Okay. Yeah, not the best impulse, but needs must, I guess. Yeah, I mean, ideally, you're looking for the army card with that and move them on to place and just maybe use this as a fixed artillery, yeah? So, and you've got that in your deck. You've got the primary card in your deck, so, yeah. Well, who knows? At the time I get the primary card, now hang on, 1, 2, 3, oh, he can't reach. Okay, hang on, that's annoying then. Let me rethink that one. So he was back there. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, this guy can reach and this guy can reach. This guy can't. So I'd be better moving him up as the 2nd stack, couldn't I? So that then when we get the impulse to activate them all, we'll all be able to get around the 2 units. And maybe be able to have a go with, what would be 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. 14 against 4. It's only 3 to 1. However, the tank brigade, we make that 16 to 4, again them 4 to 1, for instance, something like that. Bit better odds. So yeah, so I'm better moving this guy. I mean, I could strategically move on, but what's the point in that, right? Well, here's a thought. No, is it? I was going to say, why not just stack it with one of the other units in case we do get another one of these cards that gives me a units move. And that's not a terrible thought, actually. So this will be my 2nd stack activation, and I'm just going to move him 1, 2, and 3, 4 into the woods. Beside that other unit. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they can all reach here or here. Yeah, no, it's not terribly exciting, is it? Okay, I think I'll go with that. So that was taken away. They can now activate next turn, and the 69th cannot activate next impulse. Sorry, and I'll discard that card, and we'll draw a new card. Right, so that goes away. That was a supplemental card. We've got 4 cards. We're drawing one more, and we get southwest front. This is one we had in the first playthrough, wasn't it? So deploy all southwest front reserves. Not probably going to be doing that. We've got 2 units, and we've got the card to deploy them anyway. Activate 1 southwest front plus stack southwest front units. Okay. Yeah. Now here's a case of let's get the 2 First Guards Army units deployed. Okay, and then let's get the 2 First Guards Army units moved to stack with Popov. Now, whether this is like smart or not, I don't know. And then, or in actual fact, use that to move 2 stacks to sort of get them all together, and then go for a big southwest front with units stacked together. I'm not sure we need all that carry on, really. I mean, Popov's one of the stronger armies that we have, and in fact, it's not taken as much damage as the 3rd tank, I don't believe. And then we've got this reduce unit. Okay, this guy's a bit stronger. This guy's in this IP, so a bit of work to do there. So anyway, yeah, it's something to think about anyway. So that's our new card. So good, right? Let's get German Impulse. Okay, German Impulse. This time as 3rd Corps Kampfgruppe card. There's no core reserves. I managed to get the reserve deployed with the reserve phase of the turn, so don't need to worry about that. Oh, event air supply, right. I'm pretty sure that just affects if there's any units out of supply. I'm looking at the wrong one. German command events. Air supply. In 1 hex containing unsupplied German units, place all units in full supply. Does not apply if no German units are out of supply or isolated. So that doesn't apply. There's no units out of supply or isolated. So activate the 3rd Corps unit with the most 3rd Corps units in its 2 hex radius, and all those units and all units stacked with those units. Well, fortunately there's nothing stacked with them. I think it is going to grab all 3 of them though. There is 3 of them. One's reduced, another 2 are here. Excuse me. That's only ones, eh? So activate the 3rd unit with the most 3rd unit stats. 2 hex radius. I thought it was 3. Okay, so we're not going to get all 3. It's going to be these 2, isn't it? Because if I try from there, can't grab any, and if I try from there, can only grab that 1. So it's probably a Kampfgruppe on that, grabbing both of these. There's nothing stacked with them, but they will activate. Okay. Well, they're going to build an IP if nothing worse. So they are going to. This card is going to be used, because they do have proximate Soviet units. Okay, but let's see if they might do an cleverer than that. Okay, if behind Soviet lines, no. Move to entity or garrison VPX to which Soviet unit proximate. Right, look at this time, Grant. Just skimmed by it last time. I guess it was just my Soviet control marker, but you've got to be aware that that still counts as it being empty. As far as I'm led to believe, I don't think there was any issue with that. Fair enough, the garrison bit, tried to put a garrison in it, became clear to me in the end once it was explained to me. And so there's none of that. I mean, to be honest, Soviet units aren't really proximate to a lot, so it could well end up being, well, we'll draw a couple of action cards probably, but yeah, well, I'll skip on by. Anyway, if in 4th Panzer Army or Corps round, no, this is 1st Panzer Army. If in dangerous surround, no, because we can't get in round the back here. And, you know, nothing can get in here. I mean, we can get in here and here, but that does not surround these two units. And they can't even get surround on any other units when it comes down to that. So we're going to draw an action card. I'm going to double check. If in dangerous surround, move to position X, not in dangerous surround. Yeah, no, they can't do that. So let's see if they can have an action card that'll help them do something. Strengthen. Well, that did happen in the previous playthrough at some point around this area. However, we have took that city, haven't we? So I don't think strengthening's going to happen because there's not a unit in this city. So it is active unit in non-VP hex and proximate to VP hex. I'll leave it. I'll stop there, but I mean it carries on. But that is true. Both these units are actually proximate to this VP hex. However, it does carry on. Proximate to VP hex, occupied by at least one German step, but not by more steps than the hexes. I should zoom in on that a little bit, let you see. Not by more than steps in the hex's VP value, until it's a supplied Soviet unit is proximate. I would have to be proximate to as well, yeah. See, it did happen that first playthrough when one of the units came and strengthened the unit was in this city. But no, I'm afraid that can't happen just now. So that goes away. Non-VPN, proximate to VPX, occupied. Yeah, no, it's definitely not happening. So then step 6 is draw another one, try again. Pull back, active unit in dangerous surround and proximate to hex not in dangerous surround. Well, already decided that none of the units are in dangerous surround. Grant carefully looks again just to make sure he's not missing the obvious. No, can't see it, so that's not going to apply either. So we then move on. Step 7, move to hex that removes danger surround for another German unit. No. Nothing here in danger surround. If Soviet unit proximate to empty or garrison German city hex. No. I mean, this is a garrisoned city hex, but we're not proximate to it. If in non-VP hex and stacked with or adjacent to other German unit, move to empty position hex not adjacent to any German unit and to which Soviet unit is proximate. So they may well, that is going in descending order. So he is adjacent, he's not in a VPX, he is adjacent to another unit, but he can't move to a hex that, you know, if I was proximate to this hex, yeah, he would suddenly say, right, let's go and cover that because I'm proximate to it. But I'm not. There's nothing there that I'm proximate to. So neither of the units will try and do any of that. Yeah, I suppose I was just looking at, you know, what if this was to go back, but I don't think this guy could get around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He couldn't get into there. I'm not so sure this guy could get into there either. No, I don't think he can. That's the only possibility there, but it's not happening either. So where are we now? Right, yeah, now we're on step 10, like I said. At least we're going to get this happening. Place an IP on unit, if eligible, and Soviet unit proximate. Well, the Soviet unit is proximate to both these units. This is in descending order. So, unit selector number 11 there is going to build an IP. And then his buddy there as well is going to build an IP as well. Soviet unit Proxima, he's not in a hex that wouldn't allow him to build an IP, so he does. So they both done something at least. Yeah, look at what IP's going on now and standing their ground a little bit, but making it harder for us. Okay, that's the German impulse, so that's only 21 minutes going. We've had 2 impulses. How about that? Right, let's do another one then, Grant. Okay, so back to the Soviet impulse. What am I going to do though? I think maybe the 6th Army, get them moving. Could deploy the guards units. Don't see the urgency, although I was talking about some combination of 3 different impulses where we deploy them, combine them with Popov units, activate the whole thing. We'd have to have an intervening impulse between the 2 parts. So you're talking spread over 4 impulses that. So I might wait and see. We might well end up getting the Popov army card. And possibly, I mean, obviously things are a bit slightly stronger now. All the units down there are built IPs now, so. Okay, so yeah, I'm swaying towards the, I don't know, the Popov units card. That's the thing though, I mean, should I maybe be considering making a move on the likes of this guy and trying breaking through? Because he is only 1 step with 2 strength. Okay, he has built an IP now, but I could activate this stack and probably this stack. Yeah, there are 2. This stack and this stack would give me 11, 20, and 10 and 1 odds with plenty of chip pools. To be honest, that makes me start looking at attacking this guy, who would give me 5 to 1 odds. Chip pools would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Both of them are just outside the barrage line though. This guy is armoured. They're both armoured, yeah. Both got IPs. Oh, part of me thinking that this might be the better one to go for. And I guess the reason I'm thinking about that just now is it gets a Popov activation out of the way. Because I'm eventually going to draw the army card and want to do the whole thing. So if I draw the army card and then, you know, then I've not got the chance to use that for that. I mean, yeah. I dare say a lot of you probably consider the units cards as combat tactics. What do we think here, Grant? Okay, it's either going to be that or the 6th Army. I'm just worried. I do want to start moving in on this. And that's the other thing. I'm starting to move these Popov. I'm probably going to probably want to hold this guy back to come back and trap this guy and then leave. Probably I'm going to leave a 6th Army unit in there, assuming we do take it back again. I think I can see that 6th Army and the likes of the 69th Army, that's probably what they're built for, is to like hold these towns that we take. Okay, well, I think it's going to be one of the 2. I mean, yeah, I still need to get around to deploying the guards, but first guards. But I think that can still wait just now. Right, I think I've decided on going with this option. It's more fun attacking, isn't it? It's more fun drawing chits. That's you know, when I first played Ardennes, you're like, I love games that have got cards in it. War games with cards in it are that kind of thing. This is, I mean, it's all built for me. This, it's complex. I like complex war games, but I don't like. I can't play two-handed, if you like. I can't do that. What you guys do. Um, I've tried and I have limited success. I think the one that I was starting to get a bit of fun in, it was At Any Cost, Mets at Any Cost. I was quite enjoying that for a little bit. Wanted to try and get. I mean, I've got games up on my. Got games up there. Unconditional Surrender. I got that. Wanted to get into that. Tried it, and it was grabbing me a little bit, but it's a two-player game. What else? What else have we got that we've tried that two-player wise? Well, I mean, I commented before. I mean, I've still got. It's still over there. Empire of the Sun. Gathering Dust now. Started playing that, but I mean, it does have a bot, but it's nothing like this bot. It's not, you know, you're left to make so many decisions for yourself that it makes it hard for me. Just looking around, I think there's maybe one or two others. Oh, I've got Combat Commander, the Europe, and I've tried a few times, but there is meant to be some solo variants out there. But again, they're variants that people have built. It's not like this game. It's not like this, or D-Day at Omaha Beach, or any Mr. Butterfield's games really. You know, it's just. Let's see if there's not any other ones I've got. Yeah, any Coast Mets. That was I almost got something out of that. And I've even thought about trying it a little bit again. There's maybe some other things here, I think, but most of the time, if you look, there's a little bit of look. There are most of the war games. I started off with the DVG ones. Thunderbolt Apache Leader, I loved that. Since I got into the game, though, tried to play it again, and it didn't quite hold the same. Although, as you can see, I did purchase some of the other ones, Tiger Leader, Sherman Leader, Israeli Air Force Leader, but yeah, you can see that I think all of the game, well, 13 days, maybe not quite so much a war game, but it's that's a two-player game. Heroes in Normandy is a two-player game, but I did get the solo thing for that as well, because after, if you can see away up the top right there, Conflict to Heroes, and I got the solo system for that. That was one of the first war games I played, and that is brilliant. And apparently that system, I think John Butterfield had some input into the design of that solitaire system. I think he's noted in the credits for it. I think the Heroes in Normandy, the Lock and Load one, they brought out a solitaire system similar to the Conflict to Heroes one. However, every time I tried to get into it, it just wasn't quite the same. It wasn't quite the same as the other one, which was pretty good. Combat there, I've got that. Haven't got the follow-up to it. It looked pretty good, and I would like to get that out again and whatever, but Combat 2 seems to be getting more joy. I think there was some issues with the original rules and whatever, and anyway. And then the two D-Day games are, I think Omaha is still, it's moved somewhere else. But I've got Tarawa and Pelu, and they will show up on my table at some point. I will make recordings of them. I've also got Iwo Jima there. Iwo Jima. Yes, well, apparently the next game in the series is coming out, again made by the same designer, Joe Youse, who used, I think, done all the map stuff for the original D-Day games, but he obviously got more involved and took over. I'm not, don't want to knock it. The rules weren't great. I tried to maybe do a bit too much in the game, and I've tried it really once seriously and put it away again. And I was a bit frustrated. There's a way making another game, and there's talk about the rules getting upgrade, redone and whatever. And sometimes it's a bit annoying. I think like fix one game before you start another, but however. So DD at Saipan and that. So that's going to be the next one. So hopefully when that comes out, the rules for this get straightened out. But yeah, it's another one of the ones that will sit, as will Fields of Fire. I think that's up on my other shelf. Just sit until this new rules come out to be able to do it. Right, okay, I'm going on a bit here, am I? Sorry. Right, and I'm not even sure how I got on talking about that. So there you go. It was about the cards, war games with cards, and then drawing chits out of cup. I love that. I don't know, I love that. I remember someday, and I'm not knocking the guy that's made cards for the chip pools and have a deck of cards, and I think he commented on one of my videos previously that he had done that, and I'd seen them, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure that's a great way of doing it. I mean, you notice the last playthrough of the RAF Battle of Britain, they used the Stuka Joe cards, sequence of play cards, and I used them religiously throughout the playthrough. So it's not that I don't like cards or anything, but I like chip pools as well. I like that. I like drawing chits at a cup. So, but they're out there. Cards are out there for that, and I think he's done stuff for the new game. Although don't quote me on that. Check the file sections and whatever. So if you'd prefer to draw a card and pull a chit out of a cup, look that up. Okay, right. So I think we're going to do this. Right. Yeah, I think this is quite a good idea, because if I take this guy out, which I'd be seriously hoping to do, even though he's got an IP, we advance after combat into that hex. We could then, if there's no path of retreat, which is probably what I'm kind of planning, because I'm planning on being toast, then our second advance after combat could be from here. It couldn't be from here to here, because that would be in this guy's zone of control. It could be from here to here, though. As far as I'm aware, I don't think that has any effect on it. Then we're adjacent to that garrison, sitting pretty sweet. Activate pop-off again, that comes off. We drop ourselves in here, surround this guy. That looks good, doesn't it? Right, okay, let's do it. I've been convinced now. I'm convinced that that's what's happening. Okay, so we're activating this stack, and we're activating this stack of infantry, and yes, these guys, and yeah, none of the activations remove a garrison, so these guys move into here, and yeah, activate two stacks. That was the two stacks. These guys move into here, and then we don't mess about, we just attacking this guy. We are bringing 20 strength to his 2, so our odds are 10-1. We'll show a 0. Actually, let's just show a 10 and make it look like it's meant to be. And the chip pools are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's going to be that. And I don't think I'm going to bother with any other thing. 7 chip pools, 10-1 odds. Bring on the large attack, because I'm sure maybe there's things on the back of them that could be different. But we could use fixed artillery, but this is a 6 army card, and I want to keep that card to move the 6 army units. I'm not using the Southwest Front card, and we could use that for artillery or that for tank brigade. That's not really necessary. Artillery would be nice, however. We've both got armour. Now, yeah, there's one downside, isn't there? This unit adjacent, there's nothing we can really do about that, I'm afraid. So hopefully that 10-1, I'd like to see, I think it's 8-1 or greater chits. Bring some A minuses in, so it'd be nice to draw one of them, let's not be greedy. Okay, but first of all, the Germans do get to Please don't pull out. I mean, I suppose, well, if he pulls out 1, 2, yeah, we're not going to be able to move into there because he's going to be sitting about while we'd be here or the other hex, and we'd not be able to. Oh, mind you, following the path of retreat, Grant, surely. But that would be if he went, yeah. Okay, so that's not. At least we would be able to get adjacent to the garrison. But I'd rather just eliminate them, yeah. Yes, right, okay, German combat tactic, here we go. Assault coordination, attacker only, okay. But if drawn during combat and not applied, return to deck and shuffle. So unfortunately we don't get rid of this second SS card. Yeah, so that gets shuffled back in, which I will do. I'll just pause it now while I'm doing that. Okay, so all shuffled up. Now, what is it we need here then? He's only one step. He will be able to retreat freely. So one hit for the IP. 2, 3. Yeah, we need D4. Even though he's only one step because he's got the IP, so we're probably going to be drawing the whole 7 chits. But well, let's draw it's just one minimum, so let's draw that one first and see where we stand at least. Well, it's an air power chit, so not doing nothing. Yeah, I'm definitely going all in with the 7. Because we'd want to see odds chits coming out really, and the higher the better. Yeah, like I say, I don't really fear the large attack here. Although that's not to say on the back of some large attack chits there might be something totally irrelevant to what I'm trying to do, but I'm still going to go for it anyway. Right, so I'm going to get the next 6 and we'll see what's what. Okay, I had to bring you back in then. I was like, this was the first one, I thought, oh no, and then this, and I thought, oh, don't tell me we're heading that way. Look at that bad boy. 9 to 1. We've got 10 to 1 odds. A -2 and D3. Honestly, guys, trust me, please trust me. I don't do that nonsense. I've still got 2 to pull. I don't want to pull anymore. This was the good large attack chit on the front side as well, and just the D1, which we weren't really fussed about. But 7 to 1 on the back, so another 2. So that we've got D6 on them, and A -1 at the moment. So I wouldn't think things should end badly here. So I've still got 2 chits to pull, so I'll go and get them. Okay, well there we go, it's a massacre. Yeah, all went, after the first 2, it just went a breeze. This is one of the good clear hexes, and 5 to 1 there to finish as well. So, and that A -2 was brilliant, just because I thought, oh no, I've taken a hit, I don't want to take a hit. Pop-offs are doing quite well. So I don't even need to look at any numbers there. That guy's gone, even though he's got an IP. Like I said, D4 was eliminated, and we've got D8, 4, 7, 8, yeah, D8, A -1, so no hits to us, and that guy's gone. Okay, so let's clear things up there. Okay, so let's get him out of here. Another unit gone, which is nice. So advance after combat, and so our 2 infantry could go on there, and then the 2, yeah, I think so. I think so. These both infantry advance after combat, and then our 2 mechanized armored units advance 1 hex. And then their second hex can't deviate. Sorry. There's no path of retreat. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. There's no path of retreat, so they can't go from zone of control, which they're in, to zone of control, which they'd be in here. They can't also go from here to here, because that would be the same situation. They can, however, as far as I'm aware, go into here, adjacent to this garrison. Yeah, we'll just have a quick look in the player aid, but yeah, and just to confirm, I don't know if I worded that right. there's no path of retreat, so it counts as then they're deviating from the path of retreat, and that's how it says in the rules. When deviating from retreat path, advancing unit can't advance from zone of control to zone of control, and can't cross unbridged Donets or Dnieper River hex side. Remember, that's the issue I had with my situation up near Kharkov there. Can't see anything that will not allow me to move in adjacent to garrison though, so hopefully we've got that right. So I am going to advance the second unit twice as well, and then yeah, that's sitting quite nice. When we do get the army card to advance them all, hopefully I'll just go for the town, get around this guy, we'll worry about that guy later. Possibly move this infantry unit back to threaten this Rouse unit, and the rest of these guys take on this guy. Yeah, looks quite nice. I'm glad I've done that after all. Actually, I wasn't really thinking about it. It's not until I looked at it and thought, that's not too bad a plan. You know, when you look at it and decide what you're going to do. Well, when you see what's going to happen, when the odds came out 10-1, 7 chip pools, 1-step unit, and then the breakthrough there, nice, yeah, okay. So that's our activation over again. So I'm going to sneak in our German impulse in here, just to show you. Last turn it was 69th. So now Popov are taking over for them. So we can't activate Popov next turn. Oh, we will get to draw another card though. So let's have a look at what that might be before we move on to the Germans. It is. Right, 6th Army, that's a primary card, so it must have been a supplemental we had. Yeah, it was. So we've got reinforced battle on this one, which is nice. Yeah, that's nice. That could be of use, because I was thinking about, what was it, assault coordination? Maybe being taught in assault coordination up here. We do want to get these guys moving with the 3rd tank, but if I can get an activation on 69th again, bring these guys up to join the attack, reinforce battle with these guys, yeah, that's nice. We like that one. And the fact we've got 2 6th Army cards, we don't need 2. No, they weren't units, were they? Oh, it is units. Sorry. Right, so I've got one that's units, and then the one that I've just drawn that's got the reinforced battle, the primary one, is the full army. Okay, but the slight good thing about them, if I want to still consider it, is that this unit, I keep thinking he's with somebody, but he's not. But there's 2 stacks, and this guy would just be left out. And then all we're doing is probably moving up to get these garrisons cleared. Yeah, so that might be my next impulse actually, and then we can see what other card we draw, and yeah, okay. Right, let's get German impulse, and then I'll probably have to go after that. Take my dogs out for a walk. Okay, keep going, let's go. Okay, 57th, it's a guy that's reduced. Straight into an event though. More delaying. Turn 1 to 2, we're still there. You can see obviously after we move on to the next turn, that wouldn't apply. So 4th Panzer Army delaying force, which is in the indicated German army area, place a detachment in the empty position hex. That is right. So there's the guy there. Not that we're needing to look at him. This is the 4th Panzer Army area. We're trying to put a garrison, not a detachment, in the empty position hex. That is in German reserve supply, and a VP hex or within 5 hexes of a German unit. There's plenty of options there, but this is the one that's going to matter, to which a Soviet unit is proximate but not adjacent. So I'll leave that like that for you to look at, and I'll go and mark some hexes. Might just zoom out a little bit because we do have stuff up here, but right, let's have a look. Okay, I think that might be them all. The 4 options there. There's nothing really further up. This one here is adjacent. That's one of the. It needs to be a Soviet unit needs to be proximate to it, but not adjacent to it. So that counts that one out. Yeah, I think so. I think that's about them all. Can't get into that one. And yeah, I mean they're not. I can't break through here, so no. Hang on. No, I can't break up into there either. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's our 4 options. So our preference as the VP hex, none of them. Removes dangerous round from German unit. Don't think so. I think we looked at this not long ago, and garrison's in the way here. This can't get through into here. They're keeping all their units quite tight, aren't they? The garrisons cause a mighty problem, don't they? They are a pain. Okay, I don't think we're able to move dangerous around from any units because none of our units are in dangerous around. Yeah, not even this guy in the town. He's still okay just now. Once I get these guys moving, hopefully. Okay, that's the point. Ignore garrison. You ignore garrisons when tracing. If a unit's adjacent to the garrison, yeah, I need to keep that on board. And also reserves, you ignore them. When you're placing reserves, you ignore them completely. They're ones that catch you out, right, none of that rule applies though. So, okay, moving on, as the lowest number position, well that's that. It's just going to be the lowest number, and that's position hex, that's 44, 32, 31, and 39, so it looks like he's the winner. 31. I don't know. Would it matter where? Well, actually, I'm saying I wouldn't have liked it going here, but to be honest, it doesn't matter. These guys, I'm going to have to get past this one, so I would just move them adjacent to both. So, yeah, that probably would have been fine. I don't think I'm really mind that one going there. And it could probably eventually be behind the lines anyway and not trace supply, I think. So, yeah, I think we're okay with that. Yeah. Okay, so, well, that's that. This feels like a nice clean episode. You know what will happen, I'll be getting everything wrong. So that's the event carried out from this German impulse. That's their impulse done. We can move on. And, yeah. Okay, there's a big outlook of everything that's, well, pretty much everything that's going on. Can't quite get everything in. Yeah, still no new phones cropped up yet or anything like that, but I will get around to it. But I'm happy the way things have come out on this phone. I think the recording's still pretty decent. The sound comes through pretty good. Yeah. And there's my hand of cards, so I'll probably just leave them lying there for when I come back and we can have a look again to see what we're going to do. My guess is going to be the 6th Army. The only thing is, we're drawing the whole army card. I could end up moving them all, but like I've just said, it might be better using the 2 stacks to get into position beside these garrisons, and then possibly use the other activation of the card to then get this surrounded. You know, which I think I could. No, I couldn't quite do that, could I? Anyway, right, okay, I'll be back soon with the next Soviet Impulse, guys, okay, and that's quite a short part, 49 minutes. Well, get off, Grant, and it won't be 50 minutes. Okay, cheers.